Yes, guys, welcome in everybody. Thank you for joining me today. I do appreciate it. For little video we're going to do here. It's on a certain Jude Bellingham. We're going to be talking about the Jude Bellingham to Real Madrid and what's it mean for Liverpool. I've got some thoughts on it. We're going to chat about it. Big up to everyone in the chat. I hope you're all doing well. Don't forget to smash that like button straight away once you come in. Hit the subscribe button as well. All that good stuff, guys. I would appreciate it. Thank you very much. And don't forget to share the video wherever you are, guys. Share, like, sub. But you know the good stuff, guys. Road to 4K is upon us. Now, let's talk about Jude Bellingham. So it came out, an hour or so ago on Twitter. News broke. First I saw of it was on footy accumulators online, saying breaking Real Madrid are on the verge of completing a deal for Jude Bellingham. He's chosen to play for Jude Bellingham. He started to play for Real Madrid despite big offers from Man City and Liverpool. Apparently Liverpool made a big offer. I wasn't told of that. Obviously, Fabrizio Romano basically saying Liverpool, Real Madrid hope to finalise the Bellingham deal already this month, as they did with Tchouaméni, in order to avoid any late U-turns. Real feel an agreement in personal terms is almost reached after Felix Diaz from Marca called after Juni Calafat multiple meetings with players camp. So what's that mean for us? I'll tell you what it means for us. I don't care. Big up Michael in the chat. Big up Next Summer. Big up Ravi. Big up Leighton. Big up John Conway. Big up everyone in the chat. Big up Chris, Jen. Everyone in the chat. Big up to you guys. So the Jude Bellingham stuff. Look, let's put it this way. I don't give a shit. I don't care. Jude Bellingham go to Real Madrid. Go to Real Madrid. I've had a little bit. I watched Michael's show on it. Big up to Michael. Great show on it as well. Just watching some others. I was just listening into some spaces on Twitter. Talking about it as well. And in my opinion, the Jude Bellingham stuff, I personally feel, I've been reading on it now. I just read an article by a certain person. I can't remember his bloody name is now. I'll get it up in a minute. But I got a text off the person that I talked to a lot, from a certain broadcasting company that I can't mention. But he's told me today that Jude is always going to go to Real Madrid. He played everyone. And I believe that's the case. I believe Jude Bellingham played absolutely everybody. And was always going to go to Real Madrid. Always going to go to Real Madrid. This whole thing about Jude Bellingham don't care about money. He don't care about fame and fortune. It's all utter garbage. I can't believe people think a footballer don't care about football, man. Don't care about money. Of course, Jude cares about money. He cares about being paid. Now, you think he's going to Real Madrid to be on like 100 grand a week? No, that man's going to Real Madrid. He's getting paid. Simple as that. Also, let's not beat around the bush here. Real Madrid have the biggest pool in football. Full stop. I don't care who you are. Liverpool, Man United, Bayern Munich, AC Milan, Ajax, Barcelona. I don't care who you are. There is no bigger pool in football than Real Madrid. And why wouldn't Jude Bellingham want to play for Real Madrid, man? Why would he not want to play for Real Madrid? At the end of the day, they're Real Madrid. Quality. If I got the opportunity, I'm a Liverpool fan. But if I've got the opportunity to play for Liverpool, Real Madrid, I'm telling you what, my heart is, it's broken in two there, man. Broken in two. It's Real bloody Madrid. Jude Bellingham could be an absolute hero for Real Madrid. He could be there for the next 10 years, playing some of the best football. And look at Real Madrid's midfield now. Tchouaméni, Camavinga, Jude Bellingham, Valverde, who for me is best out of all of them. And then you still got Kroos there and Modric there, of course. I don't know how long Modric is going to stay at Real Madrid. Was he 37 now? Winslow says here, even if he's not a success, like a flop at Real Madrid, he's still guaranteed 2 Champions Leagues. It's a fact. The man's winning. I respect personally. I think Bellingham's played everyone. I think Jude Bellingham played everyone. You know, Jordan Henderson trying to groom him like this is the 1970s. You know, trying to groom Bellingham. Trent taking him to Drake concerts and stuff like that. It's like, what's going on here? You know, getting our hopes all up and everything for a mighty Jude Bellingham signing. And at the end of the day, Jude Bellingham's doing what Jude Bellingham wants to do. Don't care what Jordan Henderson and Trent try to do. Yeah, come to Liverpool, come to the northwest of England. Why not? You know, we're Liverpool Football Club. Jurgen Klopp's our manager. Look at our history. Look at all this. And he's like, nah, that's all nice, Hendo, Trenty boy. Beautiful. That's all nice. But yeah, I'd rather go Real Madrid if they come calling. And Real Madrid came calling. Look, the reason I think that Jude Bellingham always knew he was going to Real Madrid is because no one else was really linked with Jude Bellingham. Now, articles keep saying that, Liverpool, Man City put in big offers for Jude Bellingham. Did they? I don't see no proof in that. You know, all the money teams out there, you know, got Newcastle. Newcastle got unlimited funds, man. If Newcastle wanted to, I expect they could put in a big bid for Jude Bellingham, a financial bid for Jude Bellingham. They're going to be playing Champions League football next season, but not going there. PSG, you know, PSG is a complete mess. Let's face it. But, you know, they could have put in a bid for him, never came about. Man City could have put in a bid for him, never come about. Man United could have put a bid for him, never coming about. They're the players, they're the teams. I'm looking at these teams. You know, there's no... to me, it looks like Jude always had I think Jude's a clever kid. I really do. I think we underestimate Jude Bellingham. I think Jude Bellingham is a very intelligent person and knows his destiny that he wants to take. And I think he's looking at it and thinking, you know what? I'll go to Borussia Dortmund. Remember, he turned down Man United to go to Borussia Dortmund. Let's not forget that. He turned down Man United to go to Borussia Dortmund. So straight away, he knows what he's got a plan in his head what he wants to do. He went to Borussia Dortmund, became a star. I think he's like their vice captain there or something like that. You know, he's leading there. He's trying to lead their team to a Bundesliga title for the first time in 8-9 years. He's played Champions League football with them. You know, he's the highlight. He's getting all the acclaim right now because he's playing every week. The world's looking at him. I thought he had a poor World Cup though. But, you know, he's playing international football. He's like England's number one midfielder right now. So all the eyes on him. He's clever. He's clever. Speaks well. Good-looking lad. You know, he's got all this about him. And I think he's always known his destiny. And I'll give it to Jude Bellingham, man. If you've always known your destiny, go for it. Go for it. I always think he's had Real Madrid in his mind this whole time. Because no one else has come in for him. Man City, let's face it, Man City, if they wanted to, could surely afford to buy Jude Bellingham. But were Man City put off by the price range of him? And I've said, this is one thing I will say, and I've said it for a while now. Jude Bellingham's price range of 120 to 150 million pounds is a lot of money for a 19-year-old midfielder or a 20-year-old midfielder. You know, he's not an attacker. He's not, you know, with Jude Bellingham, I still don't know what his qualities are. You know, he's still raw a little bit. He's not the finished finished article just yet. So 120 to 130, 150 million for that kind of midfielder is a lot of money. And when I look at Man City got a lot of midfielders that are like Jude Bellingham or even better. You know, like I look at Man United. Have they got the money to go and buy just one Jude Bellingham when they need more things in the summer? Probably not. You know, Man United probably could afford to spend the money, but they need to. I don't think Man United have got the money right now unless they get taken over by Qatar, which is coming up apparently pretty soon. Unless they get taken over, they haven't got the money at this moment in time to just go and buy one player. Just haven't. Man City, they're looking at it and thinking we've got players quite like Jude Bellingham already. I think Man City are looking at Declan Rice, personally. I think for the same amount of money, I think Manchester City would rather have Declan Rice, which for me is a great bit of business because I think Declan Rice is a fabulous footballer. So that leaves Real Madrid and Jude Bellingham going to the right club for him. It's the right club for him. And I don't blame Jude Bellingham at all. He's picking the right choice. Right? Why would you not go to Real Madrid? They've come calling. They want your services. Go to Real Madrid. Well played, Jude Bellingham. He's going to be a superstar, an absolute superstar. And if it doesn't work out, if it doesn't work out in 2 to 3 years' time for Jude Bellingham, he'll be able to leave Real Madrid and go elsewhere. Yeah, so yeah, I think it's the right time for Jude's career. I always thought maybe Jude can go to a Liverpool or something like that for a few years, for 5 or so years. Still young enough to then still go to Real Madrid later in his life. But obviously, that's not how he sees it. He sees it the other way around. Go there now, have a good 5 or 6 years at Real Madrid. I'll still be like 26. Then I can leave to go to another team somewhere else and have a few good years at another club. So, yeah, it's a good bit of business for him. Now, not a lot of Englishmen. I will say the one thing about it. Not a lot of Englishmen have always succeeded at Real Madrid. The only one really that comes to mind is Steve McManaman. Steve McManaman played well for Real Madrid. He's quite respected at Real Madrid. 2 Champions Leagues. Scored the winner in one of the finals. Very well liked, Steve McManaman at Real Madrid. Michael Owen was not liked at all. They kicked Michael Owen out of Real Madrid quicker than he arrived. So the grass isn't always greener, but I think Bellingham's going to. I just wonder how they're going to play next season because for me, Jude Bellingham, Valverde for me is the best of the bunch. Yeah, I think Valverde is quality. I don't know about everyone in the chat, but I actually think Valverde is the best out of the lot of them, right? That they got in their midfield at Real Madrid. I think Valverde is better than Tchouaméni. He's better than Camavinga. I think he's better than Jude Bellingham. I think he's great. Of them young up-and-coming midfielders, I think he's the best of the bunch. Obviously, you've got Kroos and Modric. If they're going to keep hold of Modric, Kroos could be the one leaving in the summer. And then you've got Modric who's probably still going to play week in, week out for Real Madrid, even at his age at the moment. Then you've got Camavinga who's coming in, Tchouaméni, and then you've got Jude Bellingham and Valverde. So, look, it's the best midfield in world football. There's no doubt about that. It's going to be the best midfield in world football. But it's just how they organise, how they get everyone in there, because you got to keep them happy. Look, Real Madrid didn't want to keep Gareth Bale for as long as they did. Real Madrid's problem is they gave Gareth Bale 600 grand a week, and Gareth Bale's like, I'll sit on the sidelines. Don't bother me. You pay me 600 bags a week. Real Madrid didn't want a player that weren't playing on that money. So I think Real Madrid might be more sensible than we give them credit for, actually. I think they give Jude a pretty good wage, knowing that maybe, and Jude's got to maybe know as well, he's not a regular starter. Jude's got to have it in his mind that I'm not going to be a regular starter there. I've got Tchouaméni who's been there a year before me now. Camavinga's been there, 18 months before me. I've still got Modric there. I've still got Toni Kroos there. I've still got Valverde there. I've got to somehow break into that midfield. So Jude's not a guaranteed starter. So, I've got to give credit to Jude Bellingham, man. I've got to give credit to Jude Bellingham, credit where it's deserved. He's going to a club where he knows he's not a guaranteed starter. And he's going to have to fight for that position and prove that he's better than Valverde, Camavinga, Tchouaméni, Toni Kroos, Modric, if they all stay. If some of them go in the summer, then he probably is a guaranteed starter. But at this moment in time, with the way Madrid have got them now, I don't think he's a guaranteed starter, my man. Samuel says Jamie is a sore loser. Where have I been a sore loser? I just praised Jude Bellingham. Oh man, I'm cool with it. I'm actually cool with Jude doing what Jude needs to do. Let Jude be Jude. News is Jamie. Real are only paying 85 million. Well, then, if that is the truth, right? If we find out that Real Madrid are only going to pay 85 million pound for Jude Bellingham, and we apparently bid 85 million a month ago for Jude Bellingham, when it all come out that we decided not to go for him anymore, and it got turned down. Then that tells me, like, because there's a lot of sources in Germany saying that bid was true. Liverpool did put a bid in for Jude Bellingham. If that's the case, then that tells me Jude turned us down for Real Madrid. If that is the case, and that's how much Jude's going to go for, because I don't know yet. If that is the case, then I think we can all have to admit that Jude actually turned us down to go to Real Madrid. Big up, frankly. That's what happens when we are next summer at FC. I'm going to get to that stuff because that's the thing that annoyed me more than not getting Bellingham, to be fair. Yeah, not getting. Oh, yeah, Beckham. David Beckham did well at Real Madrid. I forgot about Beckham. I don't know why. Beckham and McManaman, there they go. They're the two English. I totally forgot about Becks. It seems like a lifetime ago. Yeah, big up Beckham, man. He was great at Real Madrid. Big up Beckham. Valverde's the worst, my man. Do you watch Valverde play? Valverde's quality. Cruz signed a new deal. How old's Cruz now? I don't think Cruz was as old as people think he is either, is he? He just played a lot. Now it's all done. Time to move on, but realistic, but for VWs. Camavinga, Tuchemeni, Valverde, and Bellingham. That's the midfield. Is that? Wow, that's a heck of a midfield, Cam J, ain't it? That's a heck of a midfield. It's the best midfield in world football, ain't it? There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Big up, Jamo. Big up, Jamie. I'm effing fuming. We were told after generational talent didn't buy a midfielder for ages. Record profits, John Henry. Yeah. Big up to you, man. I can't read the rest of that, but big up to you. All they need now is Mbappe to join Vinicius and Benzema. It's game over. Do you reckon there's going to be a time when Real Madrid have Vinicius Jr., Mbappe, and Haaland as their front three? Do you think there's a time when we actually see that? That Real Madrid one day have Haaland, Vinicius Jr., Mbappe as their front three, Camavinga, Bellingham, and Tuchemeni as their midfield. Oh my God. It's game over for everyone in Europe. It's game over for everyone in Europe, man. If that was the case. Cruz is 33. Yeah, I think everyone thinks he's like 35, 36, don't they? I think so. I'd love to see it. I can't lie. That'd be mad, man. It'd be mad. I think they got a chance of doing it. The thing with all this is though, I think Real Madrid have a chance of doing it. If any team is going to assemble this kind of lineup, let's face it, it's Real Madrid. Imagine if Real Madrid go and get. I think Real Madrid have got every chance of getting Mbappe. I really do. I think Mbappe to Real Madrid just looks like that's something that is eventually going to happen. That is something that just looks like it's eventually going to happen. So then you got Valverde on one wing and Mbappe on the other wing. They need a striker. That's what Real Madrid desperately need next, a striker. An out-and-out 9. Because I don't think Mbappe is an out-and-out striker. He prefers to play in them wide areas, don't he? So, Benzema's, 36 now? He ain't going to last forever, is he? He's probably got another year or so in him at Real Madrid, but Oshiman's available. Could they go and get an Oshiman, maybe? I've heard that PSG are in for Oshiman at the moment, but if I was any footballer, I would not go to PSG. They're an absolute shite show. PSG is a crap hole. It's a shite hole. You know what? I wouldn't go to PSG right now. I wouldn't. They're run so badly. Yeah, they got so much money, but they're run like a joke. They're a joke of a club. But yeah, Osimhen, apparently PSG won Osimhen, but if I was Osimhen, Real Madrid need a striker, man. Real Madrid need a striker. You know, Real Madrid, they get Osimhen, they get Mbappe, they get, oh man, it's just. But look, at the end of the day, what player? Yeah, Rodrigo for the right wing. That might be what it might do. They might just play Mbappe through the middle, Rodrigo on one side, Valverde and Vinny Jr. on the other side, and play Mbappe through the middle. Yeah, they could do that, man. That is very true. That is very, very true. And this is true as well. Who wouldn't want to play for Real Madrid? Let's be honest, exactly. For me, Real should sign Nunez for the number. Do you know what, Hunter? I'm not even joking with you right now. If Liverpool put if Liverpool put Darwin Nunez up for sale tomorrow, the Real Madrid might come calling. You know, I know we think he's like some of our fan base think he's a bum and he's not this and he's not that. He's actually highly sought after in Europe. You know, Europe look at players differently to us English fans look at players, and Darwin Nunez is highly touted by big European clubs. So I wouldn't actually be, you know, it might be a weird one to think, but it wouldn't shock me, you know. It wouldn't shock me. But look, Jude Bellingham, big up to you. You're doing the right thing, in my opinion. You're going to Real Madrid. I'm not actually bothered that Liverpool are not buying Real Madrid. I'm not buying Jude Bellingham. I'm not actually bothered. The thing that pees me off and bothers me the most is that we waited 12 months. That we put our whole club on ice for 12 months to wait for this footballer. That's the thing that bothers me the most. I don't know about you guys in the chat. Let me know in the chat as well. It bothers me more not getting Bellingham. It bothers me more wasting our time. That's what bothers me more. Wasting our time. We were told, yeah, we're going to get Jude Bellingham, no problem. And Klopp's like, okay, no problem, then. I can go another season with Milner and Henderson and Fabinho, all these washed midfielders that look like they need to be dried out. Yeah, I can keep going with that. I can keep going with that. And then we're like, right, okay, fine. We get told as a fan base, right, that's what we're doing. So the fan base are like, all right, we're getting Jude Bellingham, a generational talent. We'll wait for 12 months. Okay, fine. This is your last warning, your last chance. And then we get told, no, that ain't going to happen now. So as a fan base, we're rightfully angry. Rightfully angry. You know, this fan base has a right to be angry, right? There's no doubt about that because you got told a lie. And it's not just the owners. It's the manager himself has got you got to look at the manager as well. The manager was part of this process. We can't keep not singling him out on things. He's part of the process, yeah? And we got told a lie for 12 months. And that's annoying. Big up G in the house. How you doing, G? Big up to you, my man. That's what annoys us Liverpool fans. Look, the news coming out right now is that McAllister looks like he could be coming to Liverpool. That's a diamond of a footballer. I don't know anyone who ain't happy about McAllister coming to Liverpool. But that's a tremendous footballer. He's a great talent. He's better than everything we got. He's a tremendous talent. And he's a player I've particularly been calling for a while now. I absolutely love McAllister. I think he's a diamond footballer. Him coming to Liverpool is good business, good news. If this is happening, it sounds like Fabrizio. I'll get to the tweets in a minute from Fabrizio and other people in the media that I'll get the tweets up in a minute. McAllister, very good player, man. Quality footballer. World Cup winner with Argentina. Shone at the World Cup. Let's not pretend, he played for Brighton. He shone at the World Cup. He shone at the World Cup. He was excellent at the World Cup. You know, everyone keeps going on about Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez, who went to Chelsea. McAllister is better than Enzo Fernandez. And McAllister was better at the World Cup than Enzo Fernandez. He's a player I would love to get. And I think most of the fan base are happy that we're getting someone in McAllister. Really happy. Yeah? But we should have got him last year. This is the thing I think is annoying Liverpool fans. If we did this, the shopping we're going to do this summer should have been the shopping we did last summer instead of waiting for Jude Bellingham. Instead of putting everything in one basket and go, right, we'll wait for Jude. We didn't calculate our squad properly. And that is a fault on everyone at this football club. That is a fault of the manager, the coaches, the scouts, the owners, everybody. They didn't look at this football club and think, right, Jordan Henderson. Did they forget how old everyone is? Did they forget that James Milner's 37? Did they forget that Jordan Henderson's like almost 33? Did they forget that Fabinho is apparently 29 but washed up? You know, did they forget that Thiago is so injury prone? And we're going to get onto the Thiago stuff in a minute because I'm angry with that. Did they forget that Thiago's injury prone and can never play for this football club? So, in a way, this club as a whole has done a bad job. The whole club. There's no one who shines bright. Not even Jurgen Klopp. Klopp doesn't come out of this looking like a saint. He's part of the process. Whoever was in charge last year and came up with these things that Jude Bellingham is the only player we need to go again in our midfield should be sacked on the spot. Because they're not looking at our club properly. I could tell. I was one of the only people last year when we were going through the quadruple that said Fabinho looks like he's going down a bit. I was saying it last year on my channel. Oh, I'm worried about Fabinho. Fabinho looks like he's washed up. Everyone was telling me, no, Jamie, you're wrong, mate. You're wrong. We're going for a quadruple. He's fine. He's just having some bad games. Then we go into this season and he looks absolutely dreadful. How can I see that, but my manager and coach and my owner of my club can't? You know what I'm saying? Like, the whole club made a mess of this. This whole club made a huge mess of what's going on right now. Huge mess. No one last summer, should have looked at our team and gone, right, we only need Jude Bellingham. We only need Jude Bellingham. That's the only player we need, and we go again. What? So what? Hendo was going to give you another performance for another year at almost 33. What, Thiago was magically never going to get injured again. Fabinho was just going for like a 2-week rest and be excellent again. You know, James Milner is 37. What, you going to play him every week? Yeah, what, got a young 18-year-old Harvey Elliott that we're going to put everything on his shoulders and go, right, Harvey, you're the answer. You're an only 18-year-old kid, but you're going to play every game and you're the answer. That's bad management, guys. Really bad management. Really bad management. Really bad management from the recruitment all the way down to the manager. Really bad management of this football club. And what annoys everyone is that, no, I don't think anyone's really bothered that we're losing out on Jude Bellingham. Yes, Jude Bellingham would have been a great player to come to our football club. But I've always said it, 130 to 150 million for Jude Bellingham is too much money. And there's players out there who are just as good as Jude Bellingham for a lot cheaper. But we should have done our shopping last summer. McAllister should have come in last summer. Yeah? Gravenberch should have come in last summer. If you already bought McAllister and a Gravenberch last summer, then they've already been here a year. We're nowhere near as bad as we are now. Plus, when we come to this summer, we can go, all right, let's just add one more to this because we've already got Gravenberch, we've already got McAllister. They've been here a year now. We're letting some of the older ones go. So now we could just bring in another player. Let's have a look around the transfer market and see who it is. But no, we put everything on hold. And that's the issue. And that's the issue of the football club. We always are reactive instead of proactive, ain't we? We never look to the future. We always live in the moment under FSG. And this is the problem with FSG as well. FSG live in the moment. They don't look to the future. Right? And this is what I've always said. Right? If Jurgen Klopp told FSG, look, I don't need no midfielders. Last summer, if Jurgen Klopp spoke to John W. Henry and Mike Gordon and all that team over at FSG and went, look, I don't need no midfielders. I need a striker, so let's get Darwin Nunez and that. But the ownership and Mike Gordon and everyone at the football club should have gone to Jurgen and gone, Jurgen, I know you're saying you don't need midfielders now, mate, but our problem is that Henderson's going to be 33. James Milner's got a year left in his contract, and he's 37. Thiago's always breaking down. You've got a young Harvey Elliott. We're going to buy you this player and that player. Now, you don't have to use them this year. Use them sparingly, but bring them in the year after. So we're going to be proactive and buy players in early for you. I've got to be like, oh, cool. All right, we could do that then. Well, I'm hoping he would anyway. But no, we don't do that. We're not proactive. We wait till everything goes to crap. That's our problem. We wait till everything goes to absolute cack, and then we change our mistakes. Then we make our mistakes. Big up to Shane in chat. Hi, Jamie. Love that 80 to 84 jersey. You love it, man. Cram paint, Shane. Cram paints. Big Beast UFC. McAllister Ugarte would be a better summer than just Bellingham. I agree with that. And that's why I'm not too worried as long as we get these deals done. These deals are very important. Carla, about looking to the future, we need replacement for Robbo and Van Dijk because we'll be old next year and we'll need replacing. The current midfield, I hope, will get some magic out of the academy. Exactly true. And that's another point with Virgil and Robbo and players like that. We're going to wait till it's too late. We should be looking for a Virgil replacement now. This club should be having their eyes on a player they think can be the Virgil replacement now. Now, he doesn't have to come in right this season and be an amazing player and be like, oh, he's definitely the next Virgil van Dijk. You have to play him every week. It doesn't have to be that kind of player. You get the player in, he can work his way into the squad slowly because Virgil's still good for next year. You got Konate's good for next year. You got Gomez and Matip, right? So get a player in who can come in maybe as third or fourth choice, play the odd few games here and there, but in the back of your head that he is eventually going to take over the Virgil mantle. That's what Liverpool should be doing. Proactive transfers. Look at Real Madrid. This is what Real Madrid are doing right now. Proactive transfers. Tuchel, Camavinga, Jude Bellingham. They're not for today. They're for tomorrow. Real Madrid, we got players for today. We got your Cruces here. We got your Modric here. But also, we got these players here. Like Camavinga don't start many games for Madrid. He comes on a lot of the time as a sub. But Real Madrid are he's for the future. He's for tomorrow. He doesn't have to be for today. And that's what they do really well at Real Madrid. And that's what I want us to do. We don't do that nearly enough. And look, Camavinga didn't cost an arm and a leg. Camavinga cost what? Was it 20-something million euros? 23 million euros, something like that? No money at all, right? We can afford to do that. Buy a midfielder for 23, 24 million quid, right? And go, right, he doesn't have to play everything today. He's the player for tomorrow. For the future, you're getting something in now. And that's what I really like us to do in the future because we're not proactive enough. Now we're going to buy well this summer, in my opinion. I think, yeah, except with Trent, we got lucky. Yeah, that is very true. I think, look, by the sounds of it, the McAllister stuff might be true. I'll read some of the stuff out from the tweets from McAllister. So let me see if I can get them up. Liverpool are advancing in negotiations on the player's side to sign Alexis Mac Allister, and they presented their project to the player. Confidence they can sign the player and closing the deal with Brighton won't be an issue. That says Fabrizio Romano. Liverpool are confident they can sign Alexis Mac Allister and are closing in on a deal with Brighton. A deal with Brighton won't be an issue. So this is good stuff. This is good stuff. Getting Alexis Mac Allister in, I think, is a great bit of business. I think it cheers us all up. He's a great midfielder, good player, comes into the team. If Ugarte follows him, I think with a midfield two of Ugarte and McAllister, I'm happy with that. I don't know about you guys in the chat. Let me know, guys, in the chat right now. There's 151 of you in the chat right now. Let me know if you've got Ugarte and McAllister in this summer in our midfield. Would you be happy with that? Just put a thumbs up in the chat or a thumbs down in the chat. Let me know, guys, right now. Thumb up in the chat if you're happy with Ugarte and McAllister. Thumb down if you're not. Let me know in the chat, guys. Let me see if I can find anything else. Any other news? We know that James Milner is close to signing for Brighton, apparently. Big up James Milner. Close to signing for Brighton. Let's see what you guys are saying. Agree, frankly, but you can come also that. Yes, I captain. Would love to ram, says Cod. Fender says up. Oh, Trap says down. MP says down. Not enough. Next up, Thomas Ray in the house. How you doing, Thomas Ray? Says yes. One more would be nice. Big up, John. No, because we need 3. Might have 3 there with Trent, Cam J, Trent, Ugarte, and McAllister. That DJ's already taken it out. He was already thinking what I was thinking. Trent and Ugarte and McAllister, man. Not enough, says Jeff. Hunter's there. NM's there. Big up, Henry. Don't know who Ugarte is. Oh, he's the Sporting DM. Uruguayan. +1 more, Samatio. Ugarte, McAllister, and Gravenberch. Andy, no. Let me, guys, know why you're saying. Some of you are saying no, guys. Let me know why some of you are saying no. What more of you need to do? Elliott says not enough. +2 more. We need Ugarte, Gravenberch, and McAllister. Yeah, let me know why you say no in the chat, guys. Get Timber. We need 3. Angel says no. No, 1 more. John Doe is for Brighton 70 million for McAllister and a case of prime. I'll tell you what, correct. Cases of prime probably costs about £1 million at the moment anyway. So, you know what I'm saying? Casado, ideally. Jamie, who would you sell? Yes. Chris Jack. We need 3. Jamie, would you sell Thiago if we get McAllister? Yes. I'm going to talk about that in 1 minute. So, yeah, getting you guys in the chat. We need 3 midfielders minimum, Jamie. I agree with that. I'm not disagreeing with that. But do you think Trent Alexander-Arnold is the 3rd midfielder? This man on the picture right now. Do you think Trent Alexander-Arnold is the 3rd midfielder, guys? So, say you got Ugarte in and you got McAllister in, and Klopp decided that Trent is going to be a midfielder next season. We go and buy a right back. So you got Trent as the midfielder, Ugarte as it. So you got Trent, Ugarte, or Ugarte. I'm not quite sure how you say his name. Some people say Ugarte, some people say Ugarte. Ugarte, McAllister. There's your 3. Then you got Hendo, 4. Curtis Jones, 5. Fabinho, and a Thiago, right? And then you got Tyler Morton and Harvey Elliott, yeah? So, does Trent become the 3rd midfielder? Does Trent become the 3rd midfielder, guys? Does Trent become the 3rd midfielder? Because and Stefan Bajcetic as well. I keep forgetting about Stefan. Yeah, big up DJ. Yeah, you got Stefan there as well. Who's a player, man. I like Stefan. That's a good shout with Stefan, you know. Yeah, Stefan's out injured, DJ. Stefan's out injured, man. That says yes. Yeah, Trent, FSG will be happy to save money. Or would they use the money they would go buy for 3 midfielders and use Trent as a midfielder and buy a right back? Would you be happy if we got a proper defensive-minded right back in, guys, and use Trent as a midfielder next season? Let me know in the chat right now. If the club decided to go and buy a proper defensive-minded right back in the summer and decided to use Trent in midfield next year, would you be happy with that? Let me know in the chat, guys. Let me know in the chat. You got Conor Bradley coming back. He's going to be a properly adaptised right back. You got Ramsey as well. He's a right back for us. Obviously not played much this year. I think only 3 appearances out injured at the moment. Let me know. Mix Mitchell says he will be staying at right back. He helps overload the midfield. So if you put him there permanently, then there is no more overload. What are people not understanding about this? What do you mean by the overload, my friend? What do you mean by the overload? Because the problem is, if you play him at right back, he's defensively not good enough, and we're still going to have issues at right back next season. And then you can still play an overload in midfield if you played 3 at the back, my friend. If you played 3 at the back and you just play proper back 3, not a made up back 3 like we're playing now because Trent's in that inverted right back role, and you play him in a double pivot alongside a defensive midfielder, and then you got a more advanced midfielder in front like a McAllister, and then you got your Gakpo, your Salah, and your Diaz up front. Do you not think that would work? You know, I know what you're saying about the overload, but he's been playing in midfield 80% of the time, to be fair. 80%. Look, how long is it now we've been playing him as inverted right back? 5 games? 5 games, and we've been good in all 5 games, and he's been probably our best player in them 5 games, and 80% of the game, I would say, is in midfield. 20% he goes back and right back and defends. I'm not sure. Look, we got. I'm not sure. I'd love to see Trent in midfield. I don't understand the worry people have got about Trent playing in midfield. If people are worried about Trent in midfield, let me know why you're worried about Trent in midfield. Because he is a midfielder. He's a midfielder playing right back. That's what Trent is. He's a midfielder playing right back. Why not put him in his more natural position? He looks better there. He looks more comfortable there. He defends better in midfield. Even when he went back to right back the other day against Tottenham, he caused some defensive issues. He weren't in line with his defenders and couldn't get offsides, and was that mistake for one of the goals when he went into a right back position. So do we want him at right back or do we want him in defensive midfield? Where do we want Trent? And we got a problem with Trent. There's another one, guys. Is there a Trent issue at the football club? Is there a Trent issue at the football club? Because we know there's some problems with him at right back. Now we're making him an inverted fullback. But when we play inverted fullback, we're still very exposed on that right-hand side with Trent. Like loads of room. We're overexposed on that side of the pitch. So do you play Trent as a right back and just leave him there for the rest of his career? Or do you try and attempt to make him a midfielder? What one would you guys prefer? It's an interesting one. And he's not like a central midfielder. He hangs on that right side, don't he? Trent right midfield help covering for the new right back. Yeah, I agree. All right, Mix Mitchell's happy with him at right back. No problem. That's fine. Frickster, see what people, and this is a good point, because I've always said this with Trent, all right? Trent has defensively been exactly the same player as he was when he was 19 years old when he came to Liverpool. No, got into the Liverpool first team. Completely no different, right? The difference is now our midfield is not as good as it used to be, so Trent gets exposed all the time, right? Trent, when he was 19, when we won the Premier League and Champions League, was he defensively better then than he is now? No, but he weren't exposed like he is now because the midfield was far better then. The front line was far better then. Everyone pressed and pushed up the pitch. Our defence never really come under a lot of attacks. We controlled games of football better. We get the majority of the ball. We pressed better up the pitch. We won the ball back in higher ends of the pitch. So the ball was never coming near our defence. So Trent could play that attacking fullback role where he acts like a winger. So he was never really exposed that much. So does it, like guys are saying there in the chat, you get a better midfield in front of Trent, you can put him back at right back, and he does what he used to do. Yeah, that Is that the case? Now, if that's the case, I'm cool with it, because then you still get the best out of Trent, don't you? You still get the best out of Trent. And that's the difference. You look at the last 18 months, Trent's been more exposed at right back because the midfield was not as good as it once was. You know, that midfield of Genie and Fabinho and Hendo, no one got past them. There was such a defensive block in the midfield. No one really got past that midfield, because all that front three, so Trent and Robbo and Virgil and Matip, were nowhere near as exposed as they are today. And that's the problem. So if you get the midfield better, you get a Ugarte, you get a McAllister in there, and you get another one, and you get a better midfield in front of them. Maybe Trent goes back to being old Trent. Maybe Virgil goes back to being old Virgil. You see old Robbo again, and maybe everything's a lot happier. That's something to look out for. But I'm just that's what I think there. That's what I reckon. That's what I reckon. Right, James Milner's going to Brighton, guys. I think you've all read that. So James Milner is very close to agreeing a deal with Brighton. Big up James Milner. He looks like he's going to go. James Milner is going to go to Brighton, taking over McAllister's spot. There you go. I think that makes sense. You know, a hold experienced head like that going to Brighton. Yeah, why not? It's a clever bit of business from Brighton, that, getting James Milner in. Didn't they get Lallana off a free off us as well? So Brighton like picking up our scraps. Brighton look like picking up our scraps. Big up to Brighton. So yeah, Milner looks like he's going to go there. Hopefully Hendo next. Hendo's never leaving Liverpool. Don't you worry about that. Hendo retires at Liverpool. I keep telling everyone. He's got 2 years left in his contract. By the end of that 2 years, I think he'll be 34. Hendo's retiring at Liverpool. Let's talk about a player that no one really wants to talk about because they're all upset and angry and they don't want really to have this chat. Liverpool fans aren't ready to have this chat, but let's have this chat right now. Let's just lay it on the plate right now, guys. Let's just talk about it. Thiago has to leave Liverpool in the summer. I'm done with it. I can't be doing it no more. Thiago has to leave Liverpool in the summer. He's out injured again with a hip injury that requires surgery. He will not play again this season. Why do we keep doing this to ourselves? Let's just have this. Let's stop with the nonsense. Let's stop with the sentimentality. Yes, when he plays, he's a different caliber of player to everyone else. I agree. But he's not worth keeping if he's never fit. If he's fit, keep him. If he's never fit, let him go. He's got 1 year left on his deal, guys. We've got to remember this as well. It's not like he's got 2 or 3 years left in his deal where, yeah, maybe keep him. Do you just let him go in the summer? Do you just let Thiago go in the summer for a bit of money, or do you let him go for free next season? And that's another player, by the way, that Liverpool let go for free and make no money. Like, Ox is going for free. Naby Keita's going for free. Milner's going for free. Bobby Firmino's going for free. We've barely got any money for Sadio Mane. And now we're going to let Thiago go for free a year later. What is this club doing? Literally, what are we doing as a club? Look how much money we are losing continuously. We could have sold Bobby last year and got a bit of money. We could have sold Ox and Naby 2 years ago and made a bit of money. You could have sold anyone. What? You know, I love Thiago. Don't get me wrong. I think Thiago is a tremendous footballer. Tremendous footballer. I love him. He's a great player. But the problem is, guys, the man's never fit. You know what I mean? Thiago's never, ever fit. And that's the issue. We can't, you know, the best ability is reliability, ain't it? The best ability is reliability. And you can't rely on Thiago to be fit, guys. This is my issue. Like, Thiago's barely played in the last few weeks and only coming on the substitute appearances. And he's injured again. So it's not like you can save Thiago and rest him and play him when you need to play him, because he just gets injured again. This is the issue. And guys, we need to free up the wage bill and we need to free up positions in our midfield. Now, we need to get rid of midfielders if you want to buy midfielders in, because our midfielders, right? So, say our midfielders on our books right now is Ox, Naby, Hendo, Milner, Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott, Fabinho, Thiago, who else? Stefan Bajcetic. No, that's 10. It's 10 midfielders on our books. That's 10 midfielders on our books. We're going to get rid of Ox, Milner, and who's the other one going? Naby Keita. So at least 8 midfielders on our 7 midfielders on our books, yeah? At least 7 midfielders on our books. Then we're going to buy 2. So that goes back to 9. There's 9 players on our book. If you guys want to buy 3 midfielders, 1 has to go. 1 has to go. We don't have enough players. Mitchell. We don't. There's no positions, man. So if you want 3 midfielders coming in, 1 has to go. So if we say Ugarte comes in and McAllister comes in, that's 2. Hendo's still at the football club. Stefan's still at the football club. Curtis Jones is still at the football club. Fabinho is still at the football club. Thiago is still at the football club. Yeah. Harvey Elliott still at the football club. There's 8. What's his name? He's coming back from loan. Will be back at the football club. That's 9 midfielders. 9 midfielders on our books. That's a lot of players, man. It's a lot of players. So if you want that 3rd midfielder to come in, that'll be 10 midfielders next season. If you get that 3rd midfielder in, that'll be 10 midfielders on our books. Is there any room to buy 3 midfielders? Our Liverpool Football Club literally going to have, and Tyler Morton, sorry, that's 10 midfielders. Are we literally going to have 10 midfielders on our books next season? You can't put 10 of them in the squad, guys. Harvey Elliott, because he don't have to be registered. Harvey Elliott don't need to be registered. And Stefan don't need to be registered because they're under 21. Yeah, so they don't need to be registered, so that don't matter. Because you need to register these players for the squads as well. For Europe and for the Premier League. So do we need to trim it down a little bit? What do we do, guys? What do we do? Do we need to just let 1 go? And if the 1 goes, that's Thiago. So Thiago leaves the football club. Bruno says, so Ox, Keita, Thiago, Henderson and Milner. So that's the 4. Fabinho to Sergio, that's a better league for him. Right, guys, I'll put it out there right now, all right? Oh, yeah, half a million. That's 11. I'll put it out for you right now, guys. What midfielder do you think could leave Liverpool in the summer? And I don't mean on the free. You know, I'm not on about the free transfers like Naby Keita, Ox and Milner. And look, let's not talk about Henderson because, look, as much as people don't want Henderson at the football club, Henderson isn't going anywhere, yeah? So put Henderson to the side a minute. Who do you actually think leaves Liverpool in the summer from the midfield? Who do you think actually leaves Liverpool in the summer from the midfield? Who do you think goes? Does Thiago leave? He's got a year left in his deal. Barcelona are very interested in him. Do we let Thiago go for like 10 million? Something like that. Does Fabinho go? Liverpool are very, very highly after Ugarte. If Liverpool get Ugarte in, you've got to think he's like for Fabinho. So do we let Fabinho go? Who do you reckon goes? Like some of you are saying Fab. Carvalho's going to go out on loan. We know that. I've got some Carvalho news as well today. Harvey Elliott. Now, Tyler Morton, does he go back out on loan again? Remember, the loan system changes, guys, as well. You can't loan out as many players as you used to next season. So we've got to remember that. The loan system's going to change. So loaning all these players out like Chelsea used to do ain't going to work next season. So that means you're going to have to sell players. So do we look at selling a Tyler Morton, or do we let him go on loan? Harvey Elliott. What do we do with Harvey Elliott? Now, I'm a big fan of Harvey Elliott. I have been since he's been at Liverpool. I've always liked him. But right now, Harvey Elliott looks lost. He looks completely and utterly lost. He's not playing many matches. He started the other day and he looked absolutely dreadful. He looked like he doesn't suit this new system we're playing with Trent as the inverted fullback. For me, I don't think Harvey works as a midfielder in a midfield three. You have to play him right midfield in a 4-4-2 or as a right winger in a 4-3-3 for me. What do we do with Harvey Elliott? Because if you're buying a McAllister and an Agate in, they're going to take Harvey Elliott's place, man. So Harvey Elliott's further down the pecking order. Do we let Harvey Elliott come in, play? What do we do now? Are we looking at players that, might leave, like your Harvey Elliott's? Because Curtis Jones, I think Curtis Jones has done enough now to stay. I don't know how you guys feel, but I think Curtis Jones has done enough to stay at the football club now. Fabinho goes, he can't run. Mountain of Light. Big up, mate, Mountain of Light. Appreciate you being here, my friend. Guys, if you're new to the channel today, put a thumb up in the live chat and I'll shout you out if you are new to the channel today, guys. If you've just subscribed to the channel as well, let me know, guys, and put a thumb up in the live chat right now and I'll shout you guys out. If you are new to the channel or have just subscribed to the channel, welcome in, everyone. If you have just subscribed or you're new in, or if you're thinking about subscribing, please go and hit that subscribe button right now. I'd appreciate it. Thank you very much. Sell Harvey. I'm not sure, Thomas. I'm going to have to look into it. I know they are bringing in a new loan system for next season, but I can't remember how many it was because Chelsea were the best at it, weren't they? They used to loan out like 100 players all around Europe and stuff like that. So I'll have to look into it. I know they changed it. We'll look into it. A lot of you saying about Elliott out. Oh, my man, Murray. Big up. Sell Elliott to Everton. That's hardcore, man. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Bruno saying Thiago. Elliott can't even complete. Jesus. Oh, man. Back up for Salah. Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing I'd say. Keep in the squad, Jamie. Fabinho should be sold. Morton is going to play cup comps. Like RJ says here, guys, like and subscribe. If you've not hit that like button yet, what are you waiting for, guys? Go and smash that like button. I'd appreciate it. If you've not hit that like button yet, guys, go and smash the like. We're on 63 likes. We've got 158 people in the chat right now, guys. So if you've not hit that like button yet, please go and press that thumb button right underneath the video right now. We're on 65 likes. Let's get the likes up to 100 if we can. If you've not done it yet, just go and press that thumb button right underneath the video. You'll see it under your video. If you're on your phone, just go under the video, hit that thumb button right there and leave a like on the video. I'd appreciate it. Really would. Elliott's a curious case. Obviously, loads of potential, but doesn't suit anywhere on the pitch. Maybe try him at left wing back at times. This is a good point. Very, very good point. Crick Deep says Elliott. I think some people don't like Elliott. That's fine. I like him. I think he has got potential and he's got some talent there. But at this moment in time, the way we're moving, the way we're looking right now, I don't know where he plays next season. If we are on about getting 2 or 3 midfielders in, how does that help Harvey Elliott? I'm just putting the question out there. You guys can answer it for me. But how does that help Harvey Elliott? Really, how does it help him? How does it help him? If you're getting a Garte, a Gravenberch, and a McAllister in the summer, say they're the 3 midfielders we get in, they all play in front of Harvey, and then Curtis Jones is in front of Harvey right now. Then you go, I think Fabinho and Henderson are going to be in front of Harvey. And if Thiago stays, he's going to be in front of Harvey. So where does Harvey go? Big up Frankie. Big up to you. Yeah, Curtis Jones. If Curtis Jones can keep that his fitness, his class. Yeah, maybe that's been the whole problem with Curtis Jones the whole time. First of all, let's play younger Curtis Jones, Tyler Morton, Stefan, Trent, Harvey, Elliott, Carvalho, and Keith Hendo for experience. It was about time, and then buy Declan Rice. Yeah, hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button if you've not hit it already. I'd appreciate it. Keep hitting that like button, guys. I can see that's a good point, my man. I can see Klopp rotating with Elliott and Jones. Good shout. Yeah, Curtis Jones has done so well for himself now. Now he's done so well for himself the last few games. I think I put it out there that I said it the other day that Curtis Jones is a little bit like that Genie Wijnaldum kind of player, and people came for me. And what I meant by it, I didn't compare Curtis Jones to Genie Wijnaldum as a footballer. I mean what they do for Liverpool in midfield. So Genie Wijnaldum is a far better footballer than Curtis Jones. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is, look what Curtis Jones and Genie Wijnaldum both did for Liverpool in midfield. Curtis Jones is starting to do that now. You know, he's good at winning the ball back. He's good at tackling, getting the ball back. He's good at. He's got a good pass on him. He's got a goal on him, as we see the other day. He's got a goal there. He's got a good pass on him. He's got quite good technique. He's got good feet. You know, let's give him his credit here. He's got quite good technique and feet. And I'm not saying he's Genie Wijnaldum or anything like that. But do you understand what I'm saying, guys? The position he's picking up in midfield, winning the ball back in transition, intercepting the pass, all them ugly things, you know. I'm not saying he's completely like it, but I can see why Klopp's playing him at the moment. Oh, I can see why he's playing him at the moment. Big up Eddie in the chat. Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're doing well. In a Costello team. we can see that. And pressure and ability to kick the ball. Exactly, Thomas. That's what I'm saying. The Scass is in our team, you know. And that's what I think he like. That's what I've been just watching Curtis the last few games. And I was like, the pressure and ability on the ball. You know, he wins the ball back really well. He's good at intercepting. He's got a goal in him when he wants to. He's got quite a good feet, good technique. You know, I can see that comparison to Genie in that midfield area. Not as like what they do for the club, not as a player, but what they do for the club. Big up Gang League, hey there, my man. Klopp and his recruitment team mortgaged the whole season just for Jude. Disgraceful. We ain't in a position where they can't wait for the right player. I agree, Gang Deep. I agree. Gang Deep, are you happy about the McAllister Link slow? I don't know if you've seen it online today to say it looks like McAllister. It looks like it is happening. McAllister to the Liverpool looks like very strongly on at the moment. So, yeah, let me know. Let me know what you think there, my man. Let me know what you think there. Oh, no, Danny, don't. I know. For fuck's sake, we want to get you. Big up, Jack. See you later, Henry. Zach Klopp and hire Xabi Alonso. Jesus. Yeah, so Curtis Jones, I can see why he's playing, man. I can see why he's playing. I'll tell you what, though. Right? This one might irritate a few people, right? But Naby Keita's leaving Liverpool Football Club, yeah? So when Naby Keita leaves Liverpool Football Club in the summer, you know what number's going to be free, don't you? The number 8, yeah? The number 8 is going to be free. Who gets the number 8 shirt next summer? Who gets the number 8 shirt next season for Liverpool? Do you see a world where Curtis Jones gets the number 8 shirt? Does anyone see in a world where Curtis Jones gets the number 8 shirt? Because I do. Scouser, midfielder. Yeah, I think Hendo's 14. I think Hendo's already got. I think Hendo's number's been. That's his number, ain't it? Yeah, could Curtis get the number 8 shirt? I'm trying to think who else could get it. You know, unless you give it to a new transfer, unless you get Alex McAllister in and you give it to McAllister. You give 8 to McAllister. But we haven't given anyone the number 10 shirt, and then the number 7 shirt's going to be free from Milner. Who gets the number 7 shirt next season? Does Luis Diaz get the number 7 shirt? Do you give number 7 to Luis Diaz next summer? And then the number 10 shirt, do you give that to Gakpo? Do you give Gakpo the 10 and Luis Diaz the 7? Give Trent the 8. I think Trent likes the 66, don't he? It's part of his thing now, ain't it? The 66 number. Mixed bits will say McAllister if he comes. The number 9 will also be free. McAllister 10. If McAllister should be the number 8, says Hunter. Trent 7 would be nice. I think Trent likes the 66. I think it's part of his makeup, ain't it? Part of his branding is that 66 shirt. I could be wrong there, but I think it is. So maybe that's why Trent won't do that. Yeah, the number 9's free as well. Nunez to get the 9? I don't think so. I'll be shocked if he does. Conor Gallagher, the 8, says 80. Don't do that, 80. Don't do that to us, man. Don't do that to us. Don't do that to us. Yeah, the 7, 8, 9, and 10 shirt are all going to be free. I think Cody Gakpo might get the 10, you know. We can give it to Darwin, the number 9. I just don't know about that. Or Gakpo get the 9. Yeah, I think you might. Diaz 7, Gakpo 8. Yeah, Trent 66, man. It's interesting. It's an interesting one, isn't it? It's an interesting one. I mean, these are big numbers for Liverpool. You know, the number 7 shirt is iconic for Liverpool. Obviously, Kenny Dalglish's number. It's Kevin Keegan's number. It's an iconic number for Liverpool. The number 8 is iconic because it was Stevie G's number. You know, the number 10 is iconic for me because it was John Barnes' number, my hero. You know, so, yeah, these are iconic shirt numbers, you know. I just wonder, Luis Diaz, I just feel like he'd be the number 7. And I just see number 10 on Gakpo. I don't know what it is. I just see that number 10 shirt suiting the back of Gakpo. That number 10 on the back of Gakpo, I just think suits into a T. Give McAllister the number 8 shirt when he comes in. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Or Diaz the 10, says Michael. Yeah, do you reckon Darwin gets the 9? I don't know, you know. I don't know. He's currently 27. I don't know. Hopefully. I just don't know if he's going to be the number 9 striker next season. That's my worry. That's my worry. Is he going to be the number 9? Is the number 9 shirt should be for your number 1 striker? So maybe they give it to Jota. Maybe they give the number 9 shirt to Jota, you know, and they give Jota's number to Darwin. Change it up. Yeah, so Kay's already thought of it. Jota is the 9 next season. You know that. Yeah, that's what I reckon. Yeah, Jota is the 9, man. Yeah, that wouldn't shock me. Yeah, got to give it. Suarez was 7. Millie was the 7 as well. Millie did the 7 shirt proud. Let's give him credit. Gakpo wears 8 for Holland. There you go. Gakpo with the 8, eh? Gakpo with the 8. Yeah, Garte's Uruguayan. Yeah, Uruguayan, same as Darwin. Yeah, Gerrard's old number 17 shirt when he was a kid. Do you remember that? When Stevie was the number 17 when he was a kid, and then he got that number 8. I think he was number 4 for England, weren't he? Number 4 for England. Yeah, he wore 4 for England. Yeah, Jota will probably stay at 20, yeah. Yeah, if Jota gets the 9, Nunez will keep the 27. Change Jota number, that will ruin his song. Yeah, that's a good point, man. That would ruin his song. That is a good point. I just think Curtis Jones might get the number 8 shirt. I just got this feeling. Curtis Jones might get the number 8 shirt, you know. I got this feeling that Curtis Jones might have played himself into the first team squad next season. I think Curtis Jones might have worked his way in, if he can stay fit, to be one of the key midfielders for Liverpool next season. I think he might have worked his way in there. You know, with what he does on the ball, his ability on the press, he's got good feet, he's got a pass on him, he's got a goal on him. He plays in that Genie role that we've been desperately missing. You know, he's defensively good as well. I'm just saying, it wouldn't shock me, man. It wouldn't shock me. Colin James only played a handful of games. Can't get that iconic number. You never know. I agree. But it wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me. If that happens, will it shock anyone though, guys? Would it literally shock any of you if that happened though? That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he should get it. I'm saying it wouldn't shock me if it happened. It wouldn't shock me if it happened. You know, Curtis just got the number 8 shirt out of nowhere. Look, this man's shirt. Right, here, there you go. There he is. Stevie G, man. Stevie G. The iconic number 8 shirt. There you go. That's going to say Jones. It's going to say Jones, man. It's going to say Curtis Jones on the back. Long live the king. Of course, I'm only joking. I think the number 8 shirt will probably go to someone like Gakpo or a McAllister if he comes to Liverpool, something like that. Yeah. I think Trent with that number 66 shirt, by the way, I think Trent likes that number. I think he's made it part of his design and all that. Part of his branding is that number 66 shirt. So I don't think Trent's ever getting rid of that shirt. I don't think he ever gets rid of that shirt. Right. I don't think there's any more nil deals. Apparently, while we've been live, McAllister to Liverpool is very close. Apparently, while I've been live, some stuff has been breaking that McAllister to Liverpool is now very, very close to being done. Yeah, something to keep our eyes open, probably in the next 48 hours or so, guys. Apparently, McAllister to Liverpool is very close to being done. That's breaking while we've been live. That would be very interesting. Very, very interesting. We'll keep an eye out for that, guys. We'll keep an eye out for that. Yeah, Liverpool are confident now that they are signing up McAllister and closing in with a deal with Brighton. It's not going to be an issue. So that's just breaking down. Liverpool are now confident that they can sign Alexis McAllister and a deal with Brighton is not an issue. So, yeah, maybe that is coming. Maybe that is going to happen. Hopefully it does happen. And I'll be happy with that, man. Price tag, I have no idea, Dustin. I think Brighton were asking for around 60 million for McAllister. But remember, it's not going to be... Look, there is a caveat to this McAllister deal that Carvalho goes to Brighton on loan. Carvalho goes to Brighton on loan as part of the deal that McAllister comes to Liverpool. What do we reckon? What do we reckon? McAllister to Liverpool and Carvalho to Brighton on loan to take some of that transfer wage down, to take some of that transfer money down, because it's around that 60, 63 million mark, yeah? So maybe we pay less, 50-something million, and we let them have Carvalho for a year or two on loan. What do you reckon? Do you reckon that'll work? Because I think Carvalho playing for Brighton every single week would do Carvalho the world of good. I think that might be the way to do it. That wouldn't be I wouldn't surprise me if that happened, to be fair, guys. That wouldn't surprise me if that happened. So I think that's a good deal. I think that's a good deal for Liverpool to make. Get McAllister in and give them a good player in Carvalho on loan. Nothing wrong with that. I think Brighton might like that, you know. Brighton might take that offer up. Yeah, Carvalho do bits at Brighton, man. It's a smart move. Only if he goes on loan. Yeah, I think like a 2-year loan deal, a year loan deal, something like that. Yeah, in that 10 role at Brighton, I think he'd do. I think that could be the move, guys, because Liverpool been talking about Carvalho going on loan. Like, it looks like Carvalho is leaving Liverpool this summer on a loan move somewhere. And all the talk now is that Liverpool buying in McAllister. You never know. You never know. Irish Rebel says, how did Liverpool get played? Liverpool backed out the transfer because we couldn't afford him. Irish Rebel, it's all, no one knows just yet. No one knows just yet. And at the beginning of the video, I did say that Jude Bellingham might have played everybody and always wanted to go to Real Madrid. It might not, because no one else bid for him. Why weren't Man City going for him? Why weren't Man United going for him? Why weren't PSG going for him? Maybe he always wanted to go Real Madrid, man. Maybe he always wanted to go Real Madrid. Wouldn't you? If Real Madrid came calling, I would go to Real Madrid. So, and we don't know what the transfer fee is. Apparently, the rumour is that Real Madrid are buying him for 85 million. 85 million. So, we got to wait. Liverpool could have been played. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Right, guys, I'm out of here. I'll be back for the watch along at 7:25, guys, tonight. So at 7:25 tonight, I'll be back for the watch along for Liverpool versus Fulham. Make sure you join me then. And we should have a good show for that watch along. Guys, when this video ends, you're going to be taken to my watch along video. Could you all go and please leave a massive like on that video? Get the algorithm up on that video straight away for me. There's 163 people here. When I press the end button on this show, like that, my new video will come up on the screen. Just go and leave a like on it. I'd appreciate it. Thank you very much. You're going to be redirected to my watch along video right now. Go and leave a like on it.